What's up, y'all? This is Will. Good afternoon. Man, I got a jewel for y'all today, man. I got a jewel today. Have you ever been in a situation where you kept having the same disagreement with someone, or you keep having the same argument with the same person, or the same drama with the same person, the same mess with the same person? What that is you're caught in a loop of toxicity. And the only way you can get out of that loop of toxicity, there's a formula you need to apply. And the formula is E plus R equals O. And that means event plus response equals outcome. And basically what that says is that for every event, the toxic situation, the argument you keep having, the drama that's ongoing, the conversation, that loop, that conversation where you keep having the same disagreement, the same conversation, the same argument, you're spinning your wheels and the relationship isn't going anywhere because nobody wants to budge. The only way you can change that is by applying, this formula. And like I said, the event, because the event, the thing that happens, you can't control anything in this situation or anything in the formula but the R. And the R is the response. And the response is your response to the event. You can't change people. You can only change yourself. You can't control people. You can't make people act right. You can't make people trigger you. People are still going to trigger you. People are still going to say and do things that upset you. But you have to change how you respond to those people. Because to keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting something different to happen is insanity. So you have to try a different response if you want a different outcome. Because a different response to the event will give you a different outcome. And that's the only way you can achieve it. Let me give you an example. There's a person who you always have an argument with. Maybe they do something you don't like. And when they do what you don't like, you do what you do. And then what you do leads to the outcome. So there's the event. You respond however you respond to the event when you get triggered. And then there's always this outcome. You two don't talk for a few days. You might end up getting into a fist fight. You might end up getting into an argument so bad that the police end up getting called. You might end up breaking up. A whole lot of, you might start talking about each other. A lot of different things happen, which is the outcome. If you want a different outcome, you need a different response. And like I said, the example of that is when the person does whatever they do to trigger you, your response can be, instead of, responding negatively or responding, in an upset way, possibly something more positive, like saying to the person, I love you, and leaving the situation. That's creating a boundary. That's a different response. That's saying, I'm not going to argue with you. It takes two people to argue. So you need to have a different response, particularly if it's somebody who you love. I would make it something endearing. I remember my mom and I, man, when I went through this training back in the 90s, and I tried this with my mom because we always had this ongoing disagreement and stuff, and I was getting older. I'm getting tired of not getting along with my mama. So I tried this training with my mom, man, and I'm telling you right now, it brought us closer together, and it helped foster and create a better relationship. When she would get mad at me for whatever reason, and then she would say the things she would say that would trigger me, and then all of a sudden I would go off, and then it would turn into a thing where we're not talking to each other for a few days, or, we're avoiding each other for a little while. I just got tired of that situation. So instead of, arguing back with her when she got upset with me, I would give her a kiss on the cheek and say, I love you, and then leave and go drive or something, take a drive for a while. And after doing that about 4 or 5 times, it helped create a new pattern. And I'm glad to say that I'm very, very super close, hyper close with my mom today. We have a very good, healthy relationship. And the only way you can break those cycles is you have to do something different. You need a different response. So remember today, y'all, E plus R equals O. Response is the only thing you can control, and implement it into your life today. Find someone who you're having a problem with and try a different response with that person and see if you get a different outcome. If this was helpful to you, comment or hit a heart down below, y'all. Peace.